Welcome to Digital Asset News. Take the top stories in cryptocurrency and digital assets and break them down into bite-sized pieces. Today, we've got some great stories about scaling, real-world use, and quack economics. So let's get into it. So first up, major milestone, Cardano unveils Hydra Sharding, which is a crucial breakthrough in scalability, and Brave's BAT tokens can now be redeemed for real-world rewards. I thought this was a huge story because we're going to see how we're going to use cryptocurrency digital assets and transform them into real-world usage, which will lead to mass adoption also. Negative news in my opinion, Tether printers churn out 60 million of new USDT. Is there a relief rally inbound, or is this something awful? And finally, we're going to take a look at a new grading tool, which takes a look at the different projects that are out there and where they could potentially be headed. And at the very last part of this video, we're going to go over the scam of the day. So thanks to everybody who has participated. We'll go over this at the very last part. Let's jump right in. So first up, Cardano unveils Hydra Sharding, which is a crucial breakthrough in scalability. One of the biggest problems with cryptocurrency digital assets is that they have a problem with scaling. As more people come in, there is a huge slowdown, whether that be for time, speed, or price. There's a gradual increase in price, or sometimes even a major increase in price. So when I hear about sharding, especially with Cardano, which is one of my 6, then I get excited. Now before we move on, let me just be transparent. Here are my investments: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, Cardano, and EOS. So these are all the different things that I have. So if I talk about them a lot, it's because I'm biased. I try not to be, but it's pretty tough not to, and that's just kind of how it goes. So let's jump right into this article. So Charles Hoskinson, who is the Cardano creator, explained that the researchers have been investigating ways to make proof of stake more practical since 2015. This required them to devise a solution that would allow gradual scaling as more users come on board. And there was a live AMA, I guess that was his second one yesterday, Hail Hydra. And he just talks about what happened. So to summarize, it took at least 5 years and a team of more than 24 engineers and scientists who were working full-time to come up with this Hydra sharding protocol. Hydra is a 2-layer scaling solution that will sit atop the Cardano protocol and speed it up, and it also fits well within the stake pool model. So just like how Bitcoin has the Lightning Network, it's a layer 2 solution, same thing here with Hydra. Simulations show that each Hydra head can handle around 1,000 transactions per second presently. That's fast, and that's just one of these different shards that can handle 1,000 transactions per second. But it's also possible to further optimize it according to evidence which suggests that when more heads are added to the protocol, more scaling will be attained. So essentially this is a perpetual scaling motion, or a protocol that they can use depending on the needs of the environment. And that's one of the big knocks, and I think hopefully they've figured it out. Hoskinson posted that this model is compatible with Cardano's UTXO model, as will make it possible to shard the stakes space without having to shard the ledger itself. So not to take the entire whole continuum or the whole protocol. They're just going to take these little spaces and then shard little pieces, and it should run together. It's an interesting concept. I don't understand it that well. I am not an engineer in any way, shape, or form, or a coder, but it sounds good because it sounds like we can get more transactions per second and we can scale. Here's a perfect sentence. This simply means that each stake pool will be allowed to create heads, and as more stake pools are added, more heads are created, which will ultimately scale the performance. For instance, with 1,000 heads, Cardano could achieve a performance of up to 1 million transactions per second. So if you think about Visa, MasterCard, we're talking about around 20,000, 25,000 transactions per second. Bitcoin's blazingly fast, like 7 to 15. You're going to have something like XRP around 1,500. So if you're looking at transactions per second and speed and how it works for is like throughout the whole globe, that's what you need to actually scale. In addition, these heads could facilitate other things like fast finality, microtransactions, and micro-tipping. Scalability challenges have been a major chink in most blockchains' armor. As an Ethereum alum, Hoskinson is not new to these challenges. And if you didn't know that Charles Hoskinson was one of those co-creators of Ethereum. So he knows exactly the problems that are going on. He's been working on it for a very long time. And just a side note, A lot of people have given Charles Hoskinson here a lot of flack for being super duper slow as far as like rolling things out. And even me, I've been critical because I mean, this is one of the things that I've been invested in. I'm like, come on, let's get going. I'm a small business owner myself, and I don't have time to wait to make sure that everything's perfect. I roll things out, and as they break, I fix them and I keep going. However, I have changed my tune a little bit. And if you want to make things perfect, especially for what I think Cardano is trying to do, which is a global type of cryptocurrency digital asset, they need to be a little bit more careful. I mean, for my business, it's not so big of a deal, right? But if you're looking at something like in the airline industry or into rockets or whatever you want to say, it's important to go slow and make sure that it's correct. And maybe my business approach isn't the right one for Charles Hoskinson. It makes sense to me. So as things go on, I think it's going to be big. We will see what happens. Moving on, it says additionally, Hydra will allow for interoperability with other networks like Bitcoin and the Lightning Network, making it easier for developers to later introduce a payment system as well as a decentralized exchange mechanism on Cardano. So basically, they're trying to be the Swiss Army knife of cryptocurrency and digital assets to do everything. Hoskinson further noted that when all these solutions are finally implemented, Cardano truly will be the fastest system in the world. It will also possess all the capabilities of rival networks like fast finality, micropayments, and easy interoperability. So that is it for this article, and it's a lot to digest, but here's my question for you. Do you think that Cardano, with as fast or as slow as you want to talk about that they're going, do you think they can pull this off within the next 5 years to do all the things that they want to do? I mean, this Hydra protocol looks like it's coming on the pipe faster than normal, although it's been essentially taking them over 5 years. But do you think this could happen? Do you think it will overtake other cryptocurrencies or digital assets and make them redundant? So love to hear what you got to say. Let's move on. Next up, Brave's BAT tokens can now be redeemed for real-world rewards. This is an interesting one because we're going to see how using blockchain is going to actually meet the real world and how it can actually help everybody. So the Brave browser has announced a partnership with the TAP network. It's a rewards-based network, and these rewards, according to an announcement, can be redeemed with over 250,000 brands that are part of the network. These include travel partners such as Hotels.com, Uber, Starbucks, Domino's, Xbox, PlayStation, Hulu, Amazon, Apple, and Walmart. So these aren't just like random small companies that you can use your rewards. These are like the major players in the global economy, essentially. And that is huge news for Brave and people who own the BAT token. The redemption through TAP is for now available to Brave's desktop users in the US who have verified their basic attention token wallet with Uphold. Users can now connect their Uphold accounts to the TAP network using OAuth and authorize it to provide various redemption options. So that's pretty cool. The functionality is only available on Brave's nightly build for desktop at press time, but will be available in the browser's general release in 6 to 8 weeks. Its reach will be over 4 million daily active users and over 12 million monthly active users. So here's my question to you. Do you think this will drive the price of the basic attention token up? All these different things that are happening, and especially with all these users. Love to hear what you have to say. I think it could do pretty well. I mean, that's just incredible as far as like getting the message out there about the Brave browser and the BAT token. I have always said, even though I am not invested into BAT, the basic attention token, I'm a big cheerleader as far as any cryptocurrency digital asset, because whatever happens, it's going to bring attention to the space, and that's good for everybody. So I'm not a maximalist in any way, shape, or form. I'm a maximalist of money. That's about it. So I wish these guys the best, and I think it's going to be big. Moving on, it says the browser, just as a recap, by default, blocks ads and trackers, but lets users opt into its Brave Rewards program, rewarding users for seeing privacy-respecting ads with basic attention token. So see all these nice little ads over here that I do on all my videos? I keep thinking to myself, why don't I use the damn Brave browser? I mean, it only makes sense, right? Because essentially what I'm doing is I'm advertising for all these people for free. And I advertise to you because you're seeing them as you watch these videos. So Just I'm going to ask you guys for a favor. Every video that I do in the comment section, ask me the question, why aren't you using the Brave browser yet? Because, God, I should be, and there's no reason why I should. All right, moving on. Last up, in the depressing article today, Tether printers churn out 60 million new USDT, or Tether, relief rally inbound. So, yeah, they printed 60 million, and the printing is part of the usual pattern of interventions that coincide with the Bitcoin price downturns. So I guess every time Bitcoin downturns, USDT just flips a switch, and there we've got 60, 40, 100 million, doesn't matter. However, the printing of USDT is not causing immediate spikes, as in the past. The 60 million tranche is also relatively small in comparison to the already bloated Tether supply. Dovi Wan, that's a good name, co-founder of Primitive Crypto and commenter on general crypto-related issues, saw the latest innovation as printing money out of thin air, and I could not agree more. She states, so this means Tether can actually print money out of thin air without the actual deposit or collateral in place? Well, she says at least it's better than the central banker, i.e. we're able to have on-chain transparency whenever Tether prints. And yeah, I guess that's like a small little caveat that you could use, and sure, but really the first sentence that she said is perfect. You're printing money out of thin air. There's no deposits. There's no collateral in place. It's just like, yeah, here you go. And then, so I remember in 2017, this is what they thought was one of the causes of the crashes. It was a theory being floated that Tether was being printed so much that what they were doing is they were taking Tether and just buying Bitcoin to pump the price because they could do whatever they want to. Essentially, they were being the Fed, and they were printing it like crazy and then just dumping it into Bitcoin, which raised the price, which means they would print more Tether and they would put it back into Bitcoin, and round we go. Now, this is just a theory. Not for sure if it actually happened. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But if that's the case and we're doing this again, how are we any different from the Fed? And yeah, it's on blockchain, we can see it, but everybody knows what's going on. And we can't, it's not like we can do anything about it. It's like we can say, hey, shut that down. I guess if we all got together, but such a small group, I don't think it's going to happen. And if it hasn't happened yet, what's the chance it's going to happen later? So let me know what your thoughts on that. I am not a big fan of this. This doesn't seem good to me, but I could be wrong. Any one time, those coins can leave the central wallet and add liquidity to the markets. Hold on, where are we at here? Oh, the Tether Treasury is also ready to release coins at any one time. So at any one time, those coins can leave the central wallet and add liquidity to the markets. The Treasury can also retire coins if deemed necessary. But so far this year, the Tether supply has only expanded, just like Fed has just done as far as printing money. They just printed like another 150 billion or something like that yesterday. So congratulations to them. The latest printings, which accelerated in the past few weeks, revived the narrative that the Bitcoin price discovery is highly dependent on manipulating trading. The extra liquidity has helped boost the markets, and up to 71% of all Bitcoin trades now happen against USDT, up from around 60% in the past few weeks. So imagine that. 71% of all Bitcoin trades happen against USDT. And where'd that come from? We just printed it. And yeah, it's not really backed by anything. I mean, because they do whatever they want, and then off you go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I don't see it as a good thing, but changed my mind. All right, and that's it for those sections. Now I want to talk to you guys about a new rating system. So I was reached out to, I get referrals every day, or people who want to partner up with the channel and promote something. And I mean, sometimes I open just to see what's going on, but I never have said, yes, let's do this. But this one is from a pretty well-known individual, we'll say. And at first I thought it was a scam. So if it's a scam, the first thing I do is I contact the official website via email. And I did that, waited for only 10 hours, and they got back to me and said, yes, we did actually contact you. We want you to talk about our product. I said, sure, I'll talk about it. First thing I need to do is I need access to it, and I need to evaluate it, and not just me, but everybody on my channel, and we want to do it for free. So they said, yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to run you through this thing, and I'm not even going to tell you what it is or who it is. I'm just going to see if their predictions are right, and if they are, fantastic. But, I mean, it seems good, but what do I know? That's why I have the power of the crowd, which is you. So let's take a look. So first things first, there is a nice little indicator up here, a little drop or a menu where you can just click on from a short-term trader to a long-term investor. And this kind of takes a look at a little bit longer strategy about what is the best bet essentially. So right now, Bitcoin makes sense, right? And it just gives you ranks. It's pretty cool. Fundamentals, tech, monthly TA trend, and price. And then it just gives you an overall grade. And then here's the market cap. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Blockstack, I have no idea what that is. Apparently they're very bullish on it. Dash, Binance, Cosmos, I've heard good things. Apparently it allows for different chains to communicate and share information. Maker, Zcash, Matic, 0x, okay. Attorney, Cardano, Zilliqa, Neo. Okay, so that's great. That's great for looking at long term. But short terms, if I click on that, they're telling us that Monero is a big play. Zcash, Ethereum, Bitcoin is 4. So still up there. 0x, NEM, Cardano. So they're expecting like these things to pop off. So the next question is, well, how does this all go? So let's take a look at, it's going to switch over. No, let's stay like this. Let's do the short term. Let's just take a peek, shall we? And it just gives you a breakdown. You got summaries, overall grade, fundamentals, tech, and tech analysis. So the question I always had was like, where'd you get this information, right? Is this just BS? So they give you a full breakdown. Okay, here's our project description, fundamental summary, tech summary, and Bitcoin price calendar, and news. So that's just one aspect of it. So it's really, I like it because it breaks it down by fundamentals, which is what we mostly deal with on this channel, fundamentals, what's going on. Looks like it's got a good score. I think, and I agree on this, I think fundamentally it's pretty solid. It's not hackable. It's proven the test of time over 10 plus years. And then it breaks it down even further. So fundamental summary, the team breaks down their team. I don't know who these people are. Peter Will, Gregory Maxwell, Luke Dasher, Jameson Lopp. Sure. Initial screening, were tokens sold at 8% discount in a prior round? No. More than 50% of the tokens owned by the community? Yes. And that's a big question because I don't think XRP would really pass that criteria. Are the team advisors and speed round investors tokens locked more than 6 months? Yes. Scarcity, deflationary, and just kind of breaks it all down for you. Pretty nice. And then there's other parts to this where it'll say, we'll talk about the technology, and it gives you a score, innovation, architecture, code quality, mainnet, and it's kind of like the Weiss ratings, just a lot more in detail, and it goes even farther down here, overall grading. So I think the most important thing for some of you would be this part, the technical analysis. So you can switch here again from long-term investor, 55%. It's not going to do so hot. To maybe the short term, 61%. So short-term trader, you're looking at less than 30 days. Long-term investor, more than 30 days. And so short-term, it might do pretty well, but it's still going to be bearish, and I agree there. But then it'll just take a look at all these different oscillators, RSIs, force index, candlestick, no, that's not it. Customers, Ichimoku conversion line, whatever the heck that is. Obviously, I know nothing about TA, but for all you guys who are into it, have at it. And it kind of just does the work for you. Performance metrics, and price predictions. This was the most interesting. And I talked to the creator and I said, how are these accurate? And he says, well, right now with this beer virus that's going around, it's skewing everything off a little bit. But you can take a look at the past and we haven't been too far off. And because this is all, how this works is they use their price predictions using machine learning or AI neural networks. So they're using the power of data crunching, looking at artificial intelligence and whatever. And this is what they got. So they've been pretty online for some of it. Of course, nobody's 100%, right? But you can see it's pretty close. Here it takes a wide divergence, but what I do like about this is that their predicted price was 10.4, but the actual price was 11.4. I'm okay if you go a little bit higher, but man, when you go lower, it's not good for me. So here we are. Here's where it didn't really match up too well. Matched up here, divergence here, then up you go, up you go. They got it right here. I don't know how they did that. And then here's the interesting part. Let's get closer here. Here's where they thought it would go. here's where they think it's going to be. So today is, what's today? March 11th. So you're looking at 8,300 in the next couple days. 84, 83, 83, 51, a little bit lower, a little bit higher. Somewhere around 82, 83. So I don't know if that's going to be correct, but we will see how that all works out. And what I want to do is I don't want to promote this project and tell you who it is so you go out there and spend your money. I want to evaluate it, and I want you to help me. So we're going to go over different coins every time and see where this goes. And that's it. The only commodity that I have on this channel is trust. You trust me to give you the best, most accurate information I can give, and I try to do that. I mean, sometimes, I'm not infallible, for Pete's sakes. I'm just a person, but I do my best. And just to be responsible to you is I'm not going to tell you where it's from, so that I don't want you to waste your money on something that maybe doesn't work. So let's evaluate it, see where it goes. All right, thanks for sticking with me to the end and all the rants. I really appreciate it. What we're going to do now is, if you got a couple minutes, let's go over the scam of the day. So big thing with scam of the day, just like how these people contact me, I never respond to emails. I just don't. I go right to their official website. So the same thing, if you see a ad or a video or a tweet that says people are giving away money, go to the official website and shoot them an email. You can go to Ripple. Hey Ripple, are you doing free XRP? No. Hey Binance, you doing free airdrops? No. Hey, whatever. You get the whole point, right? Just go to the official website, send them an email, and then once it comes back from the official website, then you're okay. And that's the big thing. Now, the problem here is that people who don't watch this video are still going to get scammed out of crap like this. So what we need to do is get rid of these scams. So in the description of every one of my videos is going to be a title. It's going to say Scam of the Day. And once you click on Scam of the Day, it's going to take you to this handy-dandy spreadsheet. And we've done pretty well removing things, but we've kind of slowed down in the last week or so. For some reason, these are not getting taken down. I know everybody's doing their best. I appreciate it, but we just have to keep attacking until it comes down. Sometimes I will put a scam up, and it has like 1 million views, right? And I will say it that day, and by that night it's gone, because all of you help me out and report it. Sometimes it just takes a little bit more time. I remember one took like forever. It took like 3 weeks. I don't understand, but we just have to keep attacking. I will say one thing that is very disappointing, and that is that I have heard stories that people are seeing ads and these are ads, so you have to buy ads through Google. I do this all the time for other businesses. You have to buy ads through Google, go through Google AdWords, because Google AdWords is for the search engine, but also for YouTube videos. And when you do that, there's a vetting process. They have to look at all the videos to verify it. Most of the time it's a machine algorithm, but sometimes, like when I first started my channel, I actually boosted one of my videos to see if I can get more subscribers. Well, this was when I was getting like 10, 20 views, and this is like the first couple of weeks. So the first video, they ran it for like 3 or 4 days, and I did the second video, and they straight up shut me down and said, we do not allow cryptocurrency types ads for advertisements. It's because it's dangerous goods or something, some BS thing or whatever. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But now I'm seeing these I hear stories about these scammers coming in. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I know I'm just a small person. eToro is all over the place, and I know that's what they do. I mean, they have another part, but anyhow, I digress. I just find it very disconcerting that YouTube will allow ads to come in and will allow these things to stay up so people can get screwed out of their money when there's no reason why that should happen. All right, let's see how fast I can get this video taken down. So we are here, and we're taking a look at this video. And what we're looking for? Well, we look in the comment section, and either people are just straight hating, or it really is a scam. So this is a red flag. But what we're looking for is what I call an asymmetrical giveaway. Asymmetrical giveaway. If you send 1,000 XRP, you'll get airdrop 10,000 back. If you send 5,000, you'll get 50,000 back. Okay, that's just ridiculous. No one's going to do that. No one's giving you free money. So we need to report this again. So we're going to downvote it. I dislike it. Click on these three dots, go to report, and it's spam or misleading. I'm going to choose one. I'm going to say it's a scam and fraud. And this applies the links. And I'm going to click next. And all I'm going to say is, this is a scam. Please remove. And that's all you got to do. Click report. So once you do that, you're done. Not too hard to do. To do all four would probably take you about a minute or so. And that would help us out tremendously. And I hope this gets taken down. That's all I can say. So again, thanks for sticking with me through the rants. I really appreciate it. If you like this type of video, there's going to be two more that's going to pop up on your left and right here. And go ahead and choose which one. And I will see you on the next one.